on an all-new Dr. Phil. A questionable will.
The executor doesn't exist because Michelle S. is you.
A big inheritance.
You've told her that you love her to get your hooks into some cash.
A suspect twin.
Is your name even really Suzanne?
There's a twist.
Why did you invent a twin sister?
Around every turn.
You've been playing her.
Correct.
Really?
And you've been playing him. Come on, pot, meat, kettle. Hell, y'all ought to go to lunch and see if you like each other.
Is this the craziest catfish show yet?
Why did you carry this on for so long?
He wanted a car and a diamond ring. Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
Today's going to be a changing day in your life.
5, 4.
I am not giving up on you. It was a show filled with lies, deceit, and a most bizarre twist. Yesterday, we began unraveling a catfish charade involving a suspicious twin and a questionable will, and two people trying to outdupe the other. It all began when Ryan met a woman named Michelle on Facebook. Take a look.
My twin sister, Michelle, and I were born 15 minutes apart. We were best friends. We were like peas in a pod.
I met Michelle 3 years ago on Facebook. She just seemed like a normal, nice lady. She decided to leave me part of her estate. She actually was leaving me a car. She also was going to give me a ring.
They never met up because Michelle passed away. Michelle had end-stage ovarian cervical cancer.
This is where things get more than a little tricky. Suzanne never had a twin sister named Michelle.
The day after she passed, Suzanne sent me a text message introducing herself. I never knew Michelle had a sister.
Why did she never mention that she had not only a sister, but a twin sister?
She probably thought I would have gone for Ryan.
She kind of moved into Michelle's position plus some. She wanted this to go further.
Correct.
But you've actually played along with that, letting her believe that you are a boyfriend.
To an extent, yes.
To an extent. You've sent her some loving text. You've said, December 16th, Suzanne, I'm in bed. You should be next to me curled up. Ryan, I wish I was.
Ryan sees dollar signs in his head. It's disturbing me.
Suzanne has left me with a ton of broken and empty promises.
Ryan manipulates me. He mooches off of me.
If you think that he is a manipulator and that he's just playing you to get the money and the assets, why would you want to marry him?
Because honestly, I believe in forgiveness.
She's holding your assets hostage and, by extension, holding you hostage.
Correct.
And you want help getting your money from her, getting what Michelle left you.
Yes, please.
Had you seen the will before she passed?
Yes.
You knew that her wish was for him to have the assets that were mentioned in the will?
Yes.
Why haven't you given them to him?
I'm very cautious about giving my sister's assets to him.
But that wasn't your call, that was her call. She said, I want him to have these things.
Right, but I don't think she saw Ryan Sandegrade.
I want to take a look at the will and see what it says, because it does mention some substantial assets for you. And just to go through some of the highlights, last will and testament of Michelle S., and the last name is in there, but we've blurred that out. On this 5th day of April, 2016, I, Michelle S., declare this is my last will and testament. Blank, blank, who is my daughter, will get my house on blank, blank address in Cedar City, as well as my house on blank and blank in Newport Beach. She also will get both of my SUVs. My 2015 dark blue Passat will go to the missionaries in Orange County. She will also get several trust accounts as well as stocks and bonds. My twin, Suzanne Elizabeth, will get trust accounts as well. She will also get my China and Disney collection. Ryan, who I loved, will get my R8 Audi, my journal, which I have here, from my missionary years, as well as my CTR ring. Now, here is the stipulations. Anyone, including Bill, Ryan, Logan, and William, if anyone tries to step in and show their hands of greed or wants to push to have this will executed earlier than what I want, no one will get anything. My twin Suzanne is the executor of my estate and under my direct orders will not distribute any items to anyone within a minimum of 45 days of my death. If anyone tries to force her to give them items, under no way will she be obligated to do so, and this will be null and void. My last wish is for my remains to be removed from Cedar City and be transferred back to Newport Beach as my final resting place. When Suzanne is ready to let go of the items, she will, but she will not be forced. This is something that has been thought about for a long time. Signed this 5th day of April, 2016, Michelle S. Okay. So, you do agree it's odd that she says Michelle S., Michelle S., Michelle S.
I understand that.
She says it all over. And she mentions Bill, Ryan, Logan, and William, but they don't get anything, just Ryan. Joining us to help discuss Michelle's will is attorney William B. Dawson. He is a fellow in the American College of Trial Lawyers and in the International Academy of Trial Lawyers, two of the most elite groups of practitioners in the world. He has been practicing law for 40 years and has taken a good long look at this will. So, Mr. Dawson, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Is this an unusual document?
It is. You said earlier, where there's a will, there's a way. Really, the first issue is there a will? There are no formalities. It's not signed. It's not witnessed. It's not notarized. And then there's the issue of, if it is a will, whose will is it? And now, if it is a will, and it's Michelle's, and there is an executor, even though the executor didn't exist then, is it null and void? Because if Ryan shows hands of greed, I don't know if he needs to show both or one, but if he does that, it becomes null and void, and then the property would pass intestate, which probably would be the daughter who's acknowledged in the will. So there are a lot of issues associated with this particular document.
Okay, well, first off, it says this is the last will and testament of Michelle S., and that's you.
Yes.
Whether it was her intention or not, this document is drawn as your will because Michelle S. is you.
Right, but she was also under so much medication.
Well, but you understand,
Oh, I understand
this is
that.
the will of Michelle S. She's Michelle J.
I understand that.
Or M. Does Michelle Jacqueline have a will here?
Don't see one.
And it names the executor. Suzanne Elizabeth doesn't exist. She named an executor that doesn't exist.
But she knew that's what her and I both discussed what my name was going to be.
I'm sorry?
We both discussed what I was going to change my name to be.
I've got a copy of your petition to change your name to Susan Elizabeth dated in November, 5 months after she passed.
Mm-hmm.
So you didn't file it in March, you filed it in November.
I was starting to file it.
Well, you filed it in November.
I
It's
understand
stamped.
that. Yes, I understand that. I've been busy too, but that's not an excuse.
Well, it's not a matter of an excuse or not. It's a matter of that person didn't even exist and still doesn't exist at the time this will was drawn.
I understand. Her and I both decided, this is what my name wanted to be.
And you want to change your name because you were being stalked by someone we don't need to name.
Correct. And it's not Ryan.
Right.
Thank you.
Right. Here's the Audi that Michelle left Ryan. I own some cars, but I don't keep any of them at the mall. And later, I know that you don't have a twin sister. Why did you feel the need to invent her?
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil. From high school cheerleader
My sister is 6 months pregnant and doing drugs.
to heroin addict.
You think her mom would take her to the hospital, but instead, they made a drug run.
I just wanted to help her feel better.
I can alert LAPD before you walk off of this stage.
So you think forcing someone to get help like that is the best way?
I don't give a what you think. I'm concerned about your baby.
That's tomorrow.
Here's the Audi that Michelle left Ryan. Was the Audi in storage or did you drive it?
No, the Audi. I drove it for a while after she passed. Then I put it in storage, and then I put it into Las Vegas, and then it was just sold.
Okay. You sold the Audi.
Yes.
You feel like she sold it out from under you.
Absolutely.
I own some cars, but I don't keep any of them at the mall.
Oh, no. It was Michelle was
Behind
very proud.
stanchions.
No, she was very proud, and she wanted to put it on display at somewhere.
It looks like it's still got the sticker.
We had just bought it, too.
I'm sorry?
We had just bought it 2 weeks prior.
Was it hard to see with that sticker?
She barely drove it.
Barely drove. I would think she would if you had the sticker in the windshield.
No, she was trying to show it off to all her friends in Indian Wells.
Yeah. It's certainly pretty. And so that's the Audi.
Yes.
And then the ring, and we took that ring and we Google imaged it, and that same exact picture, exact angle, was on a jeweler's website.
Right. But my sister also likes sapphires.
Well, if you had the ring, why copy it from a website?
No, inside it says, choose the right.
Says what?
It says choose the right, CTR.
Bill, given this will, does he have the right to those items? Would he prevail in court if he moved for those items to be?
It appears that there are serious issues about whether there is a will, whether or not it was Michelle's will, whether or not, if it is, it's null and void. I would think there would be a lot of issues for him to overcome in trying to recover property that is distributed under such a document.
Ryan can still have it. You know, he can still have it. He said he wants a treasurer. He can still have it.
Okay, well, let me ask you something. Your name, and I'll blank this out on the air, but your name will change because you filed a petition for change.
Correct.
What will be your full name when it's changed?
It'll be Suzanne Elizabeth.
Was that a married name?
It was one of my parents.
One of your parents? Mm-hmm. But when you were born, your birth certificate says, how is it that your sister, Michelle Jacqueline's last name is?
Because she was married to a gentleman that had that last name as well.
She married someone that had the same last name as one of your parents?
She married a gentleman in Newport Beach that had the same last name, yes.
That had the same last name as one of your parents?
Yes.
Now, that's a coincidence. Isn't that a coincidence?
Yes.
I think when people get under a lot of emotional stress and a lot of pressure, they have different ways of coping with things.
Agreed.
I mean, everybody has a different way of coping with it. Some people withdraw. Some people develop nervous tics. Some people create fantasy worlds. It's never done with malice, but it takes on a life of its own. And, you know, pretty soon one thing leads to another, and then that leads to another, and then that leads to another, and then pretty soon we get to a point where we don't really know how to set the record straight. And I know that you don't have a twin sister. I just don't know why you invented a twin sister. I know you invented her. I'm just not sure why you invented her. Can you tell me why you invented her? No. Wait, hold on, guys. Seriously. I know you don't have a twin sister, but I don't know why you invented her. And that's important to me because I want to help you put something constructive in that place rather than something not constructive. Why did you feel the need to invent her? Do you feel badly for misleading Brian?
Yes, I do.
He's done the same thing to you. Come on, pot, meet, kettle.
Really?
And later...
Thank you for letting me know, Ryan, you don't love me.
You're thanking me for that?
So why did you carry this on for so long?
He wanted a car and a diamond ring.
I had to play nice.
Brittany tells men that she's pregnant. It's never been true.
You're pregnant now?
Correct.
Would you like our nurse to confirm it?
I don't know why it's really an issue.
You haven't been fully forthcoming with us.
I'm going to end this because I don't know this.
I am through being manipulated by you.
I'm not trying to manipulate.
Then sit down and talk to me.
My stepdad is a sick pervert.
He would have me touch him in the tub.
And your grandmother knew this.
She was fluffing her hair 10 feet away.
I never saw it.
You know what you did.
I did not molest you.
My son loves to wear superhero costumes.
To prevent crime and to fight coyotes in Griffith Park.
I was stuck 20 feet in the air, so I figured, what would Batman do?
Well, that's just stupid. I know that you don't have a twin sister. Why did you invent her?
Because I was hurt. I was hurt really bad during my years.
During what?
During my childhood years.
At what point did you realize, I'm so far in it now, I don't know how to back out?
Honestly, I don't know.
Was there a point where you started believing it was real?
Yeah. Yes.
Do you feel badly for misleading Brian?
Yes, I do. Very sorry.
But you understand he's done the same thing to you. You've been playing her.
Correct.
Really?
You know, we got two people here manipulating the other. He's been telling you what you want to hear in hopes that he can get assets that don't exist. He's been playing you, and you've been playing him. You've been playing her, right?
Correct.
Do you have a girlfriend?
No.
Then how have you been playing me?
Who is Cassie?
Cassie is a friend of mine, dated for a little bit before I knew Suzanne, and we've been really good friends ever since.
But you've dated her?
Yes.
Really?
We are currently not dating. She's dating somebody else.
And you've told her that your boyfriend and girlfriend, you've told her that you love her, you've told her what you felt like she wanted to hear to keep in her good graces in hopes that you get a diamond ring and an Audi.
Exactly, because if I didn't play that game, she always would immediately react with, "You're not getting anything, how dare you? Why don't you say these kinds of things? Why don't you love me?" And just immediately a 180 after any time I'd say, "No, no, no, let's take this easy here. I'm not comfortable moving at this pace."
Okay, so if I wasn't your girlfriend, then why did you have me take you to dinner, take the girls to movies? Why did you do that to me?
You want to know what the end game of this all is, Suzanne? I'll tell you. The second and third time you and I spoke over the phone right after Michelle passed away, I asked you, I am here to help you. This is obviously a grieving time. It's a very serious situation. I lost my grandmother a month before this. I know what it's like to lose somebody. I'm here for you. I'm here for you in any capacity as far as being able to not only help you execute the will, but also what can I do to help you, because I know you're far away. What can I do to meet you halfway? What can I do to help expedite the will, and also so I could receive my items? And the minute I said that, you piped off, blew up, and said, "Do not be greedy. In fact, I see your hand of greed in this, and I'm never talking to you again. Goodbye."
Okay, but in November, what did I do for you?
What do you mean what did you do for me?
What did I do for you? I flew you out here.
You flew me out to California so I could help you with your knee surgery.
Yes.
I'd be your taxi and chauffeur, which I was happy to do.
I gave you money for meals.
I did not ask for it.
I gave you money before I had my surgery that day. I did not get change back. I paid for your airport fees. I drove you all the way. You and I both drove on the 6th of November back to Utah for 13, 14 hours.
Correct. What's your end game? What's your point?
I paid for your airport fees.
Where are you going with this?
I gave you things. I bought all those snacks for our hotel room.
Keyword gave. I never asked for any of this. I already have a laptop. I didn't need a new one.
You said your laptop was going apart.
I could fix that. I have buddies that are in the computer industry.
You told me it was on its way out.
Well, hold on. Now, this is not about snacks and laptops. Come on, pot, meat, kettle. I mean, you guys have been so busy trying to manipulate each other that I don't know if either one of you has spoken an honest word to the other one. You've been so busy trying to manipulate him, and he's been so busy trying to manipulate you. Hell, y'all ought to go to lunch and see if you like each other. You might actually like each other.
I love him to death, but I don't think he loves me.
Suzanne's a fabulous person.
How do you know?
We do have moments of reality, believe it or not.
Really? I mean, I feel like I just woke up in the Twilight Zone.
So you want to tell me what you did this weekend?
Sorry?
Did you come out here to meet somebody else?
Tomorrow, from high school cheerleader.
My sister is 6 months pregnant and doing drugs.
To heroin addict.
You think her mom would take her to the hospital, but instead, they made a drug run.
I just wanted to help her feel better.
I can alert LAPD before you walk off of this stage.
So you think forcing someone to get help like that is the best way?
I don't give a what you think. I'm concerned about your baby.
Then on Friday, her behavior got people talking.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Now,
Viewers asked me to follow up, so she's here.
Danielle is back.
Where's everybody? There's no hose.
That's Friday.
You don't know what's real or not. What's real about the Michelle that doesn't exist and the Michelle that does? I mean, this is like meet my brother Daryl and my other brother Daryl. You got two Michelles here. Do you have a daughter?
Yes, I do.
So you do have a daughter?
Not make this up.
I do, yes.
You do have a daughter?
I do.
And how old is she?
She's 16.
Okay. So you do have a daughter. She is 16. Do you have a relationship with her?
To a point, yes, but I'm not allowed to see her.
You're not allowed to see her. How long has it been since you've seen her?
A while.
Years.
Yes.
Okay, and did she write him those emails, or did you write those?
Yes, she wrote them.
She wrote those?
Yes.
She didn't write those emails.
No, she did.
Why would she write those emails?
Because she wants her mom to be happy. She wants her to be happy so much. But thank you for letting me know, Ryan, you don't love me.
You're thanking me for that?
Do you love me?
As a daughter of God, but not romantically.
You're not LDS, are you?
I am.
You are?
Yes. But now I would really like to leave the church. So why did you carry this on for so long?
He wanted a car and a diamond ring.
I had to play nice.
Right?
All I've ever wanted from this was to get the memories from Michelle, which I now found out isn't even a real person, and maintain the relationship that she had in the book that she wanted me to take care of you. That's all she said. She wanted me to love and take care of you. I wanted to fulfill her dying wish and give my items. That's all. We live so far apart. I'm happy to be there in any capacity I can for you during this time. But now that I know who, what is what, I don't know what to do. I'm so at a loss, I can't even believe I'm talking coherently.
So you want to tell me what you did this weekend?
Sorry?
What'd you say?
Did you come out here to meet somebody else? Or did you come out and have a
I didn't come out
party?
here to meet somebody else. I live in Utah.
Ryan is more than flirty. He's a player. One of the girls said, Ryan, do you know, I'm off work today. No need to be lonely. That's the day I was driving all the way up from California to go see this man that I love. I said, I am Ryan's girlfriend. Please do not flirt with him. He says he's single. He will not admit that he's in a relationship. He has 3,159 friends. 3/4 of those are women. I'm on Facebook every other night to see what's going on, but he thinks I'm stalking him.
Well, Cassie's here, right?
Yes.
Cassie is here.
Cassie is here. You don't know Cassie, but you will.
Are you in love with her?
No.
You're not in love with her. Then why did you bring her?
You'll find out in a minute.
Well, I want to find out now. Ryan's friend Cassie has observed his relationship with Suzanne, whom she calls the Suze, since the beginning, and she says Suzanne's behavior has been manipulative and at times irrational, and questions Suzanne's cancer claims as well. But this will give you a look at Cassie. Take a look.
I would describe Suzanne as unhinged, unhealthy, and crazy. Suzanne is psychotic. I believe she has a mental illness that has never been diagnosed. Suzanne decided that she and Ryan are romantically involved after spending one weekend together, and now all of a sudden they're in a serious relationship. Suzanne is trying to manipulate Ryan. She has gone so far as to tell him that she wants the car to stay in the family. So if they get married, then she's more than happy to hand the car over to him. To me, that's insane. She doesn't get to pick and choose what Michelle already chose. I believe Ryan when he tells me they're not in a relationship. We dated, so I know what his dating style is. There have been a couple times that we've been on dates. His phone will light up, and there she is, calling him again. And he'll say, I'm done talking to her today. And then 5 minutes later, she'll call back again, and then she'll leave a voicemail. Then an email will come. She's stalking him from 3 states away. I said, you know what? I don't even want to call her Suzanne anymore. I said, we need to give her a name, like the Suze or the Susanator. I'd love to see Suzanne be able to wake up and realize that Ryan is not her boyfriend. They will never be in a relationship. She's not only stopping his progress in life, she's stopping her own because she's so obsessed with this fake relationship that they're in.
Okay, Cassie, you're Cassie, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And are you two romantically involved?
No.
Okay. You
Not
have
at
a
all.
boyfriend?
I do.
Okay.
And it's not Ryan.
Right. Okay. Okay. My sense is that that's the truth.
I don't think it's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
You wouldn't.
My sense is that it's true, but I don't think it matters. But you don't have cancer, right?
No, I did. Yes.
You don't have cancer?
No, I just had surgery. It's probably gone.
Okay.
Probably.
Okay. Let's say you did get married. Just play along with me here a minute. I played along with you. This whole thing is sick and dysfunctional.
Is your name even really Suzanne?
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil. From high school cheerleader
My sister is 6 months pregnant and doing drugs.
to heroin addict.
You think her mom would take her to the hospital, but instead, they made a drug run.
I just wanted to help her feel better.
I can alert LAPD before you walk off of this stage.
So you think forcing someone to get help like that is the best way?
I don't give a what you think. I'm concerned about your baby.
That's tomorrow.
As you look at this with a fresh set of eyes, what do you think about all this? About you, about your strategy here?
Honestly, I'm hurt. I'm really hurt that I hurt a great guy. I think if I would have been honest with him up front, never know what would have happened. But I think it would have been the same thing. Now I know why he blocked me. Am I right?
I didn't ever block you.
You blocked me, but that's okay.
I have proof that you blocked me.
Yeah, that's okay, Ryan.
Anyway, we're talking about stupid stuff here. Continue on. Blocking's irrelevant.
But your strategy was eventually going to hit a wall, right?
Yes.
I mean, let's play this out, and I'm doing this because I want to help you going forward, because you said some things here that, you know, eventually, let's say y'all did get married.
I don't think we will because he's already admitted.
No.
Hypothetically,
No, I'm saying,
hear him out.
I'm saying, let's say you did get married. Just play along with me here a minute. I played along with you. Play along with me here that you did get married. And he would eventually meet your family, right? And they would say, she doesn't have a twin sister. And this kind of thing eventually unravels. And it can be very freeing to just say, you know, look, hell, I'm just going to tell the truth. I mean, you don't have to do this. And it's very unhealthy. And while you're trying to run a game on him, he's stringing you along to get a car and a diamond ring. So you're setting yourself up to get played. While you're playing him, this whole thing is sick and dysfunctional.
And it's sad that he said, oh, my daughters want to get to know you. My parents want to get to know you. You know, if he...
My parents actually do want to get to know you.
Why should they? Why should they when...
You want to finish that sentence?
Why should they? You don't love me, Ryan. Why should I get to know them?
Is your name even really Suzanne?
My middle name is.
Of course.
Well, don't get too sanctimonious and self-righteous here, my friend. You've been trying to run a game on her so you can get a car and a diamond ring.
I was wrong to do that. I admit that. I accept full responsibility for that.
I even took him shopping for clothes in November when he said, I don't have, he goes, I forgot some clothes. So I took him to Under Armour and I got him some shirts.
Yeah.
I didn't forget clothes. I wouldn't forget clothes. You don't forget that kind of an item.
All right. Well, with all the lies and deceits out on the table, so what do I think Suzanne and Ryan need to do now? I'm going to give them some hard truths and some real serious guidance. I'm going to see if I can't be an emotional compass here when we come back. You need to stop doing the things that you're doing because you're not very good at it. It doesn't work for you.
I love you, Ryan.
Well, this story went from being about a mooching younger boyfriend to a 3-year-long catfish charade involving a suspicious twin and a questionable will and a manipulative target and a two-way street of running the game on one another. And I want to say to you, there's a lot that we haven't gone into here today, and there's no reason to. I know an awful lot about you from birth forward, and you have taken poor judgment and poor problem recognition and poor problem solving to a higher art form throughout your life. You've made some bad decisions.
Yes.
Would you agree?
Yes, I have.
We don't need to go through all that.
No, I have. Yes,
Yeah,
I admit to that. Yes.
Yeah, and there's no point in me. I'm not going to take your inventory on that. Just know that I know where some of those things have been.
That, yes.
And you need to change that. You need some help in changing that. You need to really step back and ask yourself the question I ask you, which is why you continue to repeat this self-destructive pattern. Because the truth is, you're not very good at it. You're not. You're not very good at manipulating and that sort of thing. You would be much more successful in your life if you would believe in yourself enough to say, look, I'm just going to put it out there, and people either like me or they won't, but you're really selling yourself short. You've got to be willing to say, you know what, they can kill me, but they can't eat me. Hell, I'm just going to be who I am. The truth will set you free is so right. And you need to stop doing the things that you're doing because you're not very good at it. It doesn't work for you. It doesn't get you what you want. It doesn't get you where you want to be. And you have to make a decision to come up with a new strategy for your life. And to do that, you need some really serious professional help. And I want to extend that to you. I want to offer to get you some professional help to use this as a place to start, to say, sit down and say, okay, here's what happened. I will give them the notebook from this show that's probably 350 pages that have been assimilated. And if you give me permission, I will give that to them and say, here's a history. Take this and help this woman. And go through and say, look at the places where you came to a fork in the road and invariably went in the wrong direction because you didn't believe in yourself. And I think you need to believe in yourself, and I think when you do, you will get some very different results. And you have victimized some people along the way, but you have also been victimized along the way. And you need to heal from some of these things. You need some help. I'm not up here being mean to you. I'm up here offering to help you, right? And if you will actually, for once, take this help and be transparent, be truly transparent and take some help where you have some self-worth enough to truly be genuine, I think you would be astounded how your life would change. And I will get you that help, and I will get it immediately if you will take benefit of that. Will you do that?
I don't know. I've lost somebody that I love, you know? Mm-hmm. I'm willing to get the help because I love you, Ryan.
Want to know what's coming up on Dr. Phil? Visit our website and subscribe to our email newsletter. You'll get weekly updates, life strategies, and exclusive video that you won't find anywhere else.
Plus, on drphil.com, you can see sneak previews of upcoming shows. Log on today.
You need to get yourself together. You need to get yourself together. Whether you have a future with him or somebody else or whatever, you need to get yourself under control and in balance. Because whatever you do, you need to do from a position of strength and not weakness, from honesty and not deceit. That's what you need to do, is take care of you first so you deal from a position of strength. And you need support to do that, and I'm offering you that support.
I understand. I don't even have the support in my life.
No. Have you had a better offer than the one I'm making you?
No.
It's either that or go home and start another scam.
No.
Seriously.
No, I'm willing to take the help.
You know, get real with yourself and figure out, what the hell am I doing? Come on, I gotta get real. And you know, to you, I mean, this is pretty crass manipulation here. You know this is a vulnerable woman here. You know this is a wounded spirit. And you have led her on and manipulated her to get your hooks into some cash.
Correct.
That's cold.
I believe it.
And you need to really, really take a hard look at that. And I don't know what you believed and what you didn't, but when you take somebody that's this vulnerable, which anyone can see, and lead her on and allow her to believe what you've allowed her to believe, that's cold.
I agree.
We were planning on getting married September 9th of this year.
This is Phil's moment, please.
Yeah, I don't need you to help me manage my interviews, okay? If I need her to stop talking, I can handle that without your help.
Thank you.
You need to really take a look at what it is about you that is so materialistic that you're willing to walk all over a very vulnerable and wounded spirit to get what you want.
I didn't know all this until now, but I agree with you now.
Well, you knew enough to know that there was somebody on the other end here that was very vulnerable, and you were playing her, and you knew it.
Correct.
I'm offering to help both of you with professional help to take a look and ask yourself, how did I get in this situation where it is very unbecoming to both of you in different respects? And I'm offering to provide both of you the help and guidance in that regard to really come out of this better than you came into it. Okay. And I hope you'll take it.
I will.
A special thanks to all of my guests today, and if you or someone you know is dealing with a relationship that you think is full of lies and based on deception, log on to drphil.com and you can tell me about it. I want to give a special thanks to Mr. Dawson. Thank you for breaking this will down and telling us about it, because people need to know it's important to get these documents right in their life, because they do count, correct?
Yes, they do.
Thank you. We'll see you next time.